Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone,
Hello, everyone in YouTube land.
and those who will be catching on the replay.
Yes. Hello, everyone in YouTube
Oh,
land.
let me mute this. I have my laptop. I can hear us repeating.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and just get started with the welcome and get that knocked out.
Mhm,
So we want to say welcome to Pages and Perspectives. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading, make sure I don't miss anything.
mhm.
Welcome to Pages and Perspectives with Tee and Azelin. It's a live book club where we explore meaningful books through open conversation and shared reflection. Now, you don't have to be caught up to join this reading group. You just come as you are. We do have some ground rules though. You don't have to finish reading to participate. Listening and reflecting is enough. Different perspectives are welcome. And I mean, very welcome. We love that,
Yes.
as a matter of fact.
Pages and perspectives.
Hmm. No fixing, diagnosing, or judging people, because this is
Mhm,
an open sharing space. Speak from your own personal experience
mhm.
and share the space because we want to hear from as many people as possible.
Yes.
So the more the merrier. And lastly, everything that's shared here will be treated with care and respect.
Mhm.
So
100%.
that that is our motto for this group. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello to Fam Adventures.
Hi, everybody. Hi, the fam.
He said this is above my pay grade.
Thank you so much for
Thank
showing
you
up and
for
being here. I
coming in
appreciate it.
though.
Yeah, absolutely. Does my audio sound okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But yes, as T said, thank you to everyone for being here, the fam adventures. Um, and this is our last weekend lesson theory. T, what? T, I love this for us. I
We
love this for us,
finished.
T. Yes. I love this for us. Okay. Like this to
Yeah.
me is so, so, so full circle, you know. Especially since last year I found this book during a challenge that I proposed and I'm just finishing it.
Mhm. But it was so good. It was so good and
Yes,
enlightening, and it was very much worth the read. So,
absolutely. Yes, and I feel like it was a great way to start off Pages and Perspectives. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody here live and on the replay for supporting us, the last couple weeks while we kicked off Pages and Perspectives. I just feel really good about this. It's really fun. And we're learning and growing together. So it's just like, awesome. So we're gonna basically follow our format that we usually do. So I'm gonna get started with a high level overview. We'll share our thoughts. Um, we'll do a gem drop. And then we will um, open the floor and also share what our next book is based on your
ooh, what will
votes.
it be? What will it be?
Yes. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the high level overview. And like T said, if I'm looking down, it's because I have notes. I want to be prepared. I'm scatterbrained as is. This helps me. All right, so yeah, so Latin theory. Well, first I want to say flashback to last weekend. We actually started the first chapter where she really started talking about applying the Latin theory to love and relationships. So the last two chapters of the book were basically in a line with that. Last week was this last week when yeah, she was talking about knowing when someone does not want you, the signs that they don't want you. That was chapter 18. Well, chapter 19 is after you determine that, right? If you feel like you have the person that you want to be with, chapter 19 is how to take your relationship to the next level. So In this chapter, she's saying relationships move forward through clarity and honesty, not waiting, hoping, or over functioning. So, what does that mean? Okay. Some people may be in relationships, and even though, like, we definitely talk about romantic relationships, a lot of times the word relationship alone can apply to a variety of different things. Like your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your friend, your relationship with your mother. Like, so of course we can assume um love, but some of this stuff applies to other aspects of your relationship. So what she's saying is that um when you want, basically, bringing it back to love, if you're in a relationship and you don't know what's going on, that's not a great place to be. So how do you take your relationship to the next level? One of the things that she talks about is the commitment conversation. Now, just based on that, we can know what commitment conversation is. But she talks about some of the reasons why people don't just do it. They don't have that honest, straight up conversation. This is what I want. Is this what you want? If not, there's no reason to go further. People don't like to have that conversation because of fear of rejection. Um, they have a fear of hearing an answer that they don't want. A lot of times people may see being honest or see the commitment conversation. They might see that as somebody doing like an ultimatum and saying, if you don't do this or whatever, I'm leaving. And then we always see the movies, the rom-coms, where a person's like, oh well, and you think that's gonna happen to you. Like I tried to give you
Right.
an ultimatum and you just left me. So of course, there's a fear of that, but what good comes from having that commitment conversation? I remember last week I was talking something about authenticity, right? And how authenticity is like a magnet for the right people and it's a repellent for the wrong people. So when you think about having a commitment conversation, it should not be um you thinking that somebody's going to lose you. If they're the wrong person for you, the best thing to do is just have that conversation so that you can be in alignment, with what's out there for you. So that's basically, what she talked about in chapter 19 is just using the let them theory to let people be honest. You know what I mean? Like, let people be honest. You stand on yours. You let me be firm and say what I want, and you let them choose how they want to. You have much more clarity versus, like she said, over hoping and waiting and just thinking that one day somebody's just gonna magically change their mind, or oh, it's time now.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen. You have to be responsible for yourself and vice versa. So that's another thing I liked about Mel Robbins is like she gave you straight up advice, but she was not rude. Like she didn't say anything rude in this whole book, but it was also like a strong conversation.
The
Like,
truth is hard
yeah,
sometimes. Sometimes
exactly.
the
That's what
truth
it is.
is
Yeah,
harsh, you
right.
know.
Yep. In chapter 20, which was the last chapter, officially, we have the conclusion after chapter 20, but chapter 20 is how every ending is a new beginning. For
Mm.
me personally, T, I don't know if you feel like this too. That was the title of it, and she did talk about that. She talked about um how to get over a breakup. She gave you practical tips on how to
Yes.
get over a breakup or a relationship, relationship like that. But she also talked about a lot of different things in that chapter. Besides that, like one of the things that she spoke about is, hold on one second. Oh, so just a little bit more about the ending. She said, endings happen when you stop fighting reality. Many endings may feel like failure, but she's basically saying that it's not based on, it needs, whatever it is needs to be based on truth and realness and not a fantasy that you're living in your mind, you know?
Mm.
She also talked about the 80-20 rule, which was really good, which is basically saying don't throw away a good relationship chasing perfection. She had notes about not falling in love with potential, and basically just reminding us to just choose ourselves. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's going to be hard sometimes, even though it may be uncomfortable, be true to yourself. This can only benefit you, you know.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, in the conclusion, it's called your let them era is here. And this is basically just reminding us that the let them theory is a complete lifestyle. It's something that you will literally practice daily, daily, daily for the rest of your life to, just ensure that you protect your peace. You remind yourself that you don't need to control people. You don't need to manage their reactions. You can choose peace every time, And yes, that's it. Basically,
And
don't get
peace doesn't mean not having grief
right.
for
Yeah.
what you've lost. It doesn't mean that peace is going to be just rainbows and unicorns.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your peaceful decision is a hard one
Yeah.
and it stings.
Mm-hmm.
So, peace is not perfection.
Right.
I'll
It's
say
not
that.
perfection. And then also peace is not being alone necessarily. You remember it was one chapter she said earlier in the book, is like some people will let them till they don't have nobody in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't let them so much. You look around and you don't have no community, no real friends because you didn't. But that's when the let me part comes in, She
Mm-hmm.
always, every chapter and out the book, she'll tell you let them. But even if she doesn't necessarily put it in quotes like let me, which most times she will, it's always a let me that follows it. So that you maintain balance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll.
So yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Osland. Finish
Oh
what
no, I
you're
was just gonna
saying.
say that that's the overview of the chapters.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go over what I took out of those chapters. Probably the thing that stuck out to me the most in these chapters is that part about 80-20 and also about perfection. I think lots of times we search, especially in romantic relationships, we
Mhm.
romanticize that we are going to have a perfect partner, that
Right.
partner is going to fit every single thing and they're going to be all the things that we want, and lots of times we'll try to make a person be that.
Right.
Like, we'll get angry because they don't fit into Iceland clicked herself out. She'll be back. But oftentimes we'll get upset that person doesn't fit into what we. Hold on just a second. Let me add her back. There she is.
Sorry, that was all me. It wasn't a technical issue. That was me. So it's okay. I can't respond to comments. You can't hear
The
me?
sound is gone, Oslin.
Oh my
You
gosh.
may have to exit out completely and then come back in
Okay.
or
All right.
refresh. But oftentimes we'll try to mold someone into what we want as a quote unquote perfect partner. And that just is not, it's not feasible, because at the end of the day people are going to be exactly who they are. And if you've been in a long-term relationship, if you've been in a long-term situation like that, you know that there's some things. I don't know if you've ever heard this phrase about some battles just aren't worth fighting. They just aren't worth fighting. So there are going to be some things that you just have to let go. Like, this person is going to be that and you have to accept it, and you have to decide which thing is going to be that thing that is too far, too much for you to accept. I'm adding Hosland back.
Please tell me it's working.
It is.
Whew.
I learned that on the web, that we had to
Whew.
go all the way out and come back
Okay.
in, and it works. So if it happens again, we know what to do now.
Okay, good.
All right. So um and I know some the chat could hear Oslin, but I couldn't.
Mhm.
So it makes our interaction really weird when we can't hear each other. So um so that's what I took out of that. And Oslin, you may not have. I
I
don't know
missed
if you were
it.
able to. Okay, what I was talking about was the fact that lots of times when you're in, especially like a long term relationship,
Hmm.
you we have a tendency to try to make a person do what we want them to do.
Hmm.
We're trying to I don't like that. I don't like that this person does that. So I'm going to
Yeah.
try to mold them to not do that. And then
Yeah. You talking about
sometimes
that 20%?
mhm. And
Yeah.
sometimes it'll work. Sometimes you can motivate a person to change, but remember they have to want to do that in order
Hmm.
for that to happen. But some things are just the person. And
Right.
you have to know what those things are that you are going to accept. That's not a deal breaker.
Right.
There's some things that are going to irritate you about your partner.
Hmm.
Point blank period. And I don't care how much you love them.
Yeah.
They're going to have things about them that get to you.
Absolutely.
But are those things worth not having them?
Hmm.
If those things don't outweigh all the good and you wanting to be with them, then that's that 20 that you just kind of let go.
Right. Absolutely.
So
Yes. Yeah. No,
that's what I was
honestly,
talking about while you were gone.
that was my same thought. Like the same thing that stuck out to me. Like I'm telling you, the 19 and 20 had a lot of great information. But it
Mm-hmm.
was something about that 20/80 rule thing that just hit me personally because I'm a newly married person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, that's some good advice to have. Because the way that she described somebody that would do that is like, um, I mean, okay, I can say this about myself because my whole brand is about growing
Mm-hmm.
and just my journey. Like I have things that I want to do. This is my journey to doing those things, right? And this is how I grow, the different phases, life updates, all this stuff, like goal after goal, whatever. Okay, she described that people that may pick at that 20% as you trying to force your, like, did you say perfectionism on,
Yes.
you know
Or
and
your
so
version of perfection. Your
yes,
version
your
of
version.
perfection.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And to me, that was just something that I know I needed to hear. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's okay. You know, follow right by the part that I think I want to use for the gem drop, I think, is I feel like people in the world, especially can I say especially in my generation? I don't know.
Yes.
You think I
I would
can?
say yes. I
Yeah.
think I know where you're going,
You
so
I'm
I
about to
want to
say you
say
must
yes.
already know where I'm going.
I think I know where you're going, but go ahead.
Yes. The way that we have grown up, in the age of social media and reality TV and all these images of people, right? Listen, like Mel said, if you meet someone that has 80% of the things that you have or you want or you desire, 80, that's a strong number. Okay? That's a very, very strong number. Do not nitpick that 20 to losing something that's great for you
Hmm.
because you think that there's something else or there's something, you know what I mean? I really do feel like I can say my generation, I feel like we have that bad. Not every single person, but if you don't check it, yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I say that that's why I agreed because I knew you were where you were going with that, and the
Mhm.
reason I agreed is because the newer generations are way more liberated,
Yeah.
which I love that. I love that for y'all. Like I'm not
Hmm.
even like
Yeah.
I feel like it was needed,
Hmm.
and you're very self aware,
Yes.
which is
Hmm.
something that my generation lacked.
Hmm.
They just weren't. we question things, but we didn't
Right.
go as far as your generation does. But I
Hmm.
think in that there is so much fixation on perfection. Like
Yeah.
if this person doesn't meet this and this and this and this, then they're a no-go. Like there's no even thought about
Yeah.
consideration
Hmm.
at all.
Right.
And I'm like, this person is human.
Right.
They're gonna have some flaws. They're
Hmm.
gonna have some things that are not, I don't know.
Hmm.
Whatever the level of
Right.
perfection is for that person, they're gonna have
Hmm.
some things that get on your nerves.
Right.
They're gonna have some habits that maybe you just don't like. Now
Hmm.
you have to decide whether that little habit is a deal breaker for you. But I'm gonna tell
Exactly.
you that every person you meet is probably gonna have
Hmm.
one of those things, one or two
Yes.
of those things that are going to
Right.
get under your skin. And who's
Absolutely.
to say that you let this person go because I don't know, they um you didn't like how they picked their teeth after
Right.
after dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
You let that person go only to end up with someone that has an even worse
Yeah.
thing that gets under your skin even more than
Or
that thing did.
exactly. Yeah. That's
So
so true. That's so true. And the thing for me, honestly, the reason why I said I love that it's something that I heard at the beginning um of me being married is because I'm like that with myself. And I wouldn't ever want to get to a point where I'm putting that on somebody else. You know what
mhm,
I mean? Like I naturally, I'm gonna say for the last however long, let's say 10 years,
mhm,
been like I just described myself, someone that's just kind of like this, like this, like this, like this. That's how I am. I have lately, you know, I guess since being married, since moving, since being more settled in life, like scaled back drastically because I'm
right.
like, when I look around, this is what I wanted. Like I'm here. I'm
Mhm,
here right now. You know what I mean? Like this is nice. I like this.
mhm,
So it's like I'm grateful for that because, like you said, self awareness. So even in my self awareness of like knowing that I'm the type of person that has goals and I want to achieve things, I also thank God I'm also able to see my present because that's where people get caught up. You know what I mean? Like you keep thinking it's the next, but where are you right now? What's going on right now? Where are you right
yeah.
now? What's going on right now? You know what I mean? And so yeah, I love that. I really, really,
And
really, really,
even more
really,
so
really
than
love that.
that, it's like I think we romanticize ourselves too.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
think we're like
Yeah.
together. Like
Right.
we don't have things that irritate other people.
Yes.
We have a tendency to not see that in our own selves. Like
Absolutely.
um so it's funny that we can hyper fixate on somebody else's flaws and their shortcomings for our vision of perfection, not
Hmm.
realizing that we have our very own ones that probably
Absolutely.
someone else would look at and be turned off by, you know.
Hmm.
So that was something else that I thought about in that chapter, was like, oh man, we kind of think we almost think we're perfect.
And yeah, and to be honest, like it's all part of an illusion. It's all part of illusion because honestly, even though my era has grown up in the make of the what you call it, media changing media. It affects everybody. Like
Hmm.
the whole world, for some reason, is at this heightened energy of like I want the very best. I don't want it. And it's just like, hold on real quick. There's nothing wrong with that. In balance, you have to be balanced. Do not be. We're not saying be stagnant. We're not saying don't want to grow, or you know what I mean. Like we're not saying
Hmm.
settle for less. That's how I put it. We're not saying settle for less because I can't say what. stagnant is. My stagnant, somebody
Yeah,
else's will be different. So we're not
absolutely.
saying settle for less, but also like, please, I forgot the point I was trying to make. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
I do understand what you're
don't go
saying.
all
You're
the way up
saying,
there. You don't have to
hmm
settle for less. Okay? That's what this whole book is about. This whole book is about ways
it
that you can take
encourages you
account.
not to settle for less,
Exactly.
honestly.
Ways that you can take accountability to become the best version of yourself. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? But also be realistic about yourself and other people,
Yep.
because like that 80%, you have somebody or any situation, a job, if it's 80%, a friendship, a marriage or relationship, if it's 80%, you learn how to work with it,
Hmm.
because you have 20% too. Like you said, T, you have 20%, you know,
That you're lacking.
whether you
Yeah.
want to
You're
realize it
not
or
you're not
not.
perfect.
Yeah. And what's really funny is that way you said that, like, we don't tend to do that ourselves. She even talks about that in the book when she says how everyone thinks that they're the exception to this. She'll say something and say everyone thinks that they're the exception to this. Then she'll bring it back like, yeah, you might be agreeing with me, but also thinking that it don't apply to you. Do you remember when I
Right.
said everybody thinks that they're the exception? Hello, that's what you're doing right now. Thinking, oh yeah, that makes
Hmm.
sense, but not me. Not for me. That's
Right.
funny.
And
But
hello, Allison. And I saw Kyrie. Did I pronounce that right?
hi Allison. Hi Kyrie.
But yeah, those are the things that stuck out to me as well, Oslin. Is just that whole that 80-20 thing really stuck out a lot
Yeah.
for me. So I think it's time for your gem drop.
All
Oh,
right.
did you make your point about the your
Oh yeah,
what
my
you took from the
reflection.
chapter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm
All
interested to
right.
hear what your gem drop was.
I know, right? It's like um I have two again, which is crazy, but I know I have to read both of them, but you tell me which one, T. The one where we just kind of talked about, the 80-20, the part where she's asking like, is there someone better, or the commitment conversation?
Let's do the commitment conversation since we went
Okay.
in depth about 80-20.
That's what I was thinking also.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is from chapter 19. This is from chapter 19. Sorry, y'all. And it is the chapter that says how to take your relationship to the next level. And this is the section commitment conversation, because that's what you have to do. You have to have that conversation. So she says there comes a time in any relationship where you may wonder, where is this going, or if you're on the same page about what you want. The second you start to feel that way, it's time for a conversation. Never feel bad about asking for what you deserve. Never hint about something as important as a commitment. Being able to have honest conversations is the foundation of a loving and healthy relationship. So don't fear this, embrace it. If the relationship is meant to be, this conversation will make it stronger. A real conversation only destroys something that is fake. The way you're going to frame the conversation comes from my friend Matthew Hussey, a New York Times bestselling author who has been helping people for more than 17 years feel more confident and in control of their relationships. His YouTube channel is number one in the world for love advice with over 500 million views.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard Matthew Hussey before. So I was like, I'm going to
Mhm.
talk about Matthew Hussey.
I might check them out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. As I was researching this book, I spoke to Matthew about the mistakes that people make when they want to take a relationship to the next level. And he told me a very poignant personal story. He said that when he met his wife, Audrey, he was dating a bunch of people. They were also living in different cities, and it was very casual. He admitted to me while Audrey was sitting right next to us that he was stringing her along. That is until she sat him down and had a conversation that was structured in a very particular way. And it caught him completely off guard. She didn't make him feel bad. She didn't go on and on about how much she liked him or that she was falling for him. In fact, she didn't focus on him at all. She focused on the value of her time and what she was looking for. As Matthew told me the story, he said that the number one mistake that people make when they're trying to take something to the next level is focusing on the other person rather than focusing on the value of their time and what they want in life. And it worked because he stopped dating everybody else and immediately committed to Audrey. And now they're married and they're partners in business together.
Hmm.
He walked me through what he learned from the experience, how he now teaches his technique, and the way that you can frame this conversation too. So here's what you're going to do. Do I read this? Should I read this whole thing? I might as well, huh? Or what? She's about to go into
I would
depth.
say read it from this is what Matthew recommended, but make it your own
Got it. Okay.
because that kind of sums it up.
Oh, start from there.
Yeah, because it that
Okay.
reading that area
Right.
will
Yeah. Yeah.
sum up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So this is what Matthew this is what Matthew recommended, but make it your own. I have really loved spending time with you, and I know that. Hold on, real quick. Okay, yes, I have really loved spending time with you, and I know myself, and I'm really looking for a commitment. I wanted to talk to you because I want to see if we both have the same vision for where this is going. I value my time and energy, and I don't want to put time and energy into spending time with someone if it's not going to go to the next level. And I've reached that point with you. It's been really fun. I love spending time with you, but I only want to invest more time and energy if we're going to go to the next level. And if you don't see the same thing, this has been great. But I just know myself, and I need to choose to invest the time that I have with people who want the same things I want.
Hmm.
Yep.
That was so clear and direct. Just
Hmm.
didn't put him down.
Right.
Didn't fixate on.
She didn't make it about him. Like,
Mm-mm.
you know how somebody will start coddling, like coddling before you even say what you have to say because you don't want to hurt them. I know I do that.
Yes.
And to this day, I'm like, oh my gosh, I get so worried sometimes. Like something I say is going to come off wrong. So
Mm.
like, while I'm saying it, I'm like, this is not. But I'm just talking about in daily conversation. I tend to
Yes.
do that. Like, try to say like I'm not saying, it, but before I even say what I'm going to say. But in this conversation, she's saying when you have that commitment conversation, you cannot be thinking about that. This is about you. And you need to know the truth. You need to know what's going on. So, yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. I want to open it. I want to hear from people.
Me
Does anyone
too.
want to come up? Let me let me add our link.
On like comments without messing anything up.
Or you can, if you don't want to come up, just you can place it in the comment section. Just know that we don't you don't have to have your camera on or anything for that.
Hi, Allison. Hi, Kyrie Borden. The Fam Adventures. But yeah, this has been a really nice book. This has been cool.
It has. It really honestly I probably will refer back to some of these pages again. I
Hmm.
could see myself referring back to
Hmm.
some of this stuff.
One thing I said though, like when I think about what I take from it altogether,
Mm-hmm.
is in the book she uses a lot of big examples like transitional phases in life, love, marriage, career, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and those are great. But how often can I use this on a daily basis to make a difference?
Ooh.
How often can I use this on a daily as a daily practice? Like if something's going on and I don't get what I want or I'm not feeling in control, can I say let them and let me in that moment? You know what I mean? Like can I do that? So I feel like that's the way that I'm going to be thinking about this book. You know,
It's a
when I
very good way to keep yourself even keeled.
mm-hmm,
Like,
yeah, when you feel that amygdala come on, like she talked about the
you're right.
amygdala at the beginning.
Yes.
As soon as you feel that amygdala turn on, let
Let
them.
them know it's time. It's time to
No,
let
it's
them.
time. You're
This
not gonna
was something
stress me
else.
out.
This was another part, Osland, where I thought was a good ending for it.
Mhm.
Um, Stop wasting your brain space on a million tiny things that don't matter. It's time to use
Mhm.
every second of your day for all the amazing things you know you're capable of. Stop tiptoeing around everyone else's emotions. It's time to fiercely protect your own peace.
Mhm.
Stop letting other people's success devastate you. It's time to get to work. Stop making your social life everyone else's responsibility. It's time to build the most incredible friendships you've ever had. Stop trying to change people who don't want to change. It's time to let others heal how they need to heal. Stop wasting your time trying to get people to love you. It's time to choose the love you deserve. It's
Mhm.
finally time to reclaim your power and reclaim your life. The let them theory is your key to taking back your power. I think that kind of summed up everything
Yes,
when I
beautifully.
read that.
Mhm.
Because that's really what this whole thing was about, control.
Yep.
I
The
feel
whole
like
thing was
Janet
about
Jackson
control.
should be playing in the background.
Control. Yeah, that's what the whole thing is about,
That
you
is,
know.
it's about you trying to control everything, you trying to control other people, you trying to control your world, your life, your things, people.
Even down to trying to control other people's opinions and thoughts about
Mhm.
you, which really truly don't have nothing to do with us. Like it feels weird to say that maybe. Like the way that somebody feel about me don't have nothing to do with me. But it really doesn't. You know
It
what I
doesn't.
mean? Whatever their perception of you is what is gonna be. You cannot control that. And even if you feel yourself trying to change how they perceive you, that's how you get yourself in those situations where you're stressed, and you're worried about what people think about you.
Hmm.
So even trying to control somebody's opinion about you is pointless. It's pointless.
That's also how you end up being somebody you're not.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because you're trying to mold yourself into something that pleases somebody else.
Right.
Because you're trying, and that all has to do with you trying to control how they see you,
Yep.
how they view you, their thoughts of you. But then you end up, after that person's gone, long gone, not even knowing who you are anymore because you've been spending all your time pretending to be
Hmm.
somebody that you were not.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's a
Yeah.
lot of things that go into that.
Hmm.
A lot. So did you have any more final words, Oslin, before we announce what the new book is going to be?
No, not really. I don't have anything else.
Did the chat have anything that they wanted to? I'm trying to look through and see if I see any questions, but I don't. Oh man, did Kyrie say they had cancer? Oh
I
my
think
God.
so.
I am so sorry to hear that. I cannot stand that disease.
Me either, T.
I wish I could say how I really felt up
I
here.
know. A lot of people will relate to you. A lot of people will
Mhm.
understand.
Um, oh, Allison said the book has some great gems. It does. It
It
really
does.
does have some great gems, Allison. It is a amazing book to read because it's simple.
Hmm. Yeah.
Something we make so complicated every day
Yeah.
is
Hmm.
so simple.
It is. And it's so simple that, like I was saying, it could be applied to little things and big things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's on the back of the book. Now that I think about it, two simple words will change how you think about your entire life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And she does have something else I wanted to mention. She does have some things that you can get on her website where she goes into talking about how to use this with children, how to
Hmm.
use it with teens, and how to use it as at work,
Hmm.
work managing people or working with a team of people. So there are multiple ways this can be applied, but I could already see it. I didn't even have to go to the website to
Yeah.
figure out how to apply this. You can literally see how to apply it in
Hmm.
any one of those
Hmm.
situations, in my
Yeah.
my opinion.
I agree.
But it was a great book. It was a
Yay.
book. I can't believe we finished it.
Yep. Our first book of the year.
Number one. The Let Them Theory. We do suggest reading this if you haven't, because I know a lot of people that have come in here have not read it. They're just kind of listening along to our commentary. I would highly recommend this, but the only thing we will say, and Oslin and I agree on this,
Hmm.
if you are a person who likes to read the book and have an audio version that you listen to, like you want to listen to Audible as you're reading along, this book and the Audible are not the same.
No.
There are more things in that Audible book that are not in this book.
Hmm.
So you'll be reading along and she'll go into other personal stories that aren't even in here.
Yeah, like different examples and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Extra info. Yeah. She said,
Yeah.
"Oh, really?" Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
it
But
threw me,
it,
Allison.
yeah, I think that if you pick one or the other, you don't lose. But
Mm-hmm.
even the way we did it, it was like for us to listen and figure it out. We're like, what the heck? But we're telling y'all, so heads up if you are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely worth the read. It's really good.
Yeah, because I like to read and then reaffirm what I read by listening to it.
Hmm.
Like I like to read the chapter and then I listen to it audio in the audio because it kind of like drills in what I just read. But what would happen was I would read it and then I would listen to the audio. I'm like, I didn't read that. Did I
Yeah.
miss some pages? I'm going back
Yes.
trying to find what she's talking about because I didn't see it. But yes, there is more in the audio book, more examples, more personal
Hmm.
stuff that she shares from her life and life experiences in the audible version of the book.
Hmm.
But I just like reading hardback books. I just like reading a physical copy of the book.
Yeah,
So
I found that I like to listen. My best way to do it is like story time. Like if I
mhm.
like go in my room or something and put on my earphones and like read along. I love that. I love that. It's so relaxing. But sometimes I fall asleep, right? But I can maybe still hear. And I'll like think, oh my gosh, that was a good point, and I like want to see it in the book, and it's not there. I'm like, what the
It's
heck? Like,
not
am I
there.
tripping? Am I crazy? Like, what's going on?
Osla sent me a message today. She was like, "Am I going crazy?" But what I just listened to in the audio book is not what I just read. And I'm like, "Yep,
Right.
no, you are not going crazy."
And then the part that it was a whole nother story. She in the
Mhm.
book, that whole 80/20 spill was talking about how her husband reacts to her living with her and her ADHD.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking maybe because I mean, first of all, when she said ADHD, I immediately had a little compassion. I said, "Oh, that explains it." Like, really, I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna lie. I was like, "Okay, I get it,"
Mhm.
but not that I like it, but okay, I understand. But also, I think so. I was just kidding, kind of, when I said that. But she's a podcaster,
Yeah.
so it's like her audiobook is coming from Mel Robbins' conversationalist. It's like she's following the book, but she's like talking to you. It like sounds like a Mel Robbins podcast, really. So I think those extra little tidbits and stuff is just like stuff that she just thought of along the way. So,
Yeah, and I think At the end of the book, she talks when she's thanking people, because there is a section where she thanks
Uh,
everybody that collaboration with the book, and she does talk about Audible, and I think they've been working together a long time,
mm-hmm,
so I think maybe it was a collaborative kind of thing. Maybe they wanted her to throw in those little
mm-hmm.
extra tidbits
Oh,
because it's more
yeah.
appealing for somebody to get the audiobook versus,
Right. I can
you know,
understand. Because if
like
you're
they can
listening
say
to it
we
just
have
audible,
additional.
you won't even know
Yeah.
that that's not there. If you just
Mm-hmm.
listen at, yeah, that makes sense.
Or
Yeah.
like maybe them saying, hey, can you add in a little bit more for the audiobook so it'll entice people to go the audiobook route rather
Yeah.
than,
Mm,
so
right.
maybe maybe that's what happened.
Mhm.
Just me speculating. I don't know what
Yeah, I
happened.
don't know either.
I don't know what happened in
But
that
all
lady's
I
life.
think everything we said made sense. Like we had our own
Hmm.
perspectives of why, but I think they all made sense, you know.
We put a
Um,
whole narrative together that's
we
not
sure
even in this
did.
book. We just made it up. So
Well, T, I think it's time.
okay, I'm gonna look.
Drum
I'm gonna
roll,
actually look at the
please.
post.
Can we get some drum roll, please, for our next book?
I wish that I had the drum roll sound
I know,
effect
right?
up here, but I'm gonna look at my, because we, who knows, it could have changed, Oslin.
Okay, you gonna look at mine and yours?
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
gonna
look at
look
mine.
at yours, and then
Okay.
well, I'm looking at mine now because it's already up.
Hmm.
So we actually did a poll. We did a poll to see what book out of our selections you guys wanted to delve into next.
Hmm.
So the choices were Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. It was Subtle Art of Not Giving a Flap. That was the next one. Everything You Think. Don't Believe Everything You Think, excuse me.
Hmm.
And The Body Keeps Score. So I
Yes.
did get some yeses to each one of these,
Mm.
but an overwhelming 63% goes to The Subtle Art of
Yeah.
Not Giving a beep. And
Now, last time I
so,
looked at my poll, it was the same result. So we'll see.
so now that was mine. Mine was at 63% for that. So let's go to Oslin's now. I like the poll thing though.
I like it too, yeah. And like I was telling Allison, in the comments that the books that aren't picked, we'll just add them to our list.
Hmm.
So we'll cover all of because all of them are books we want to read. It's just like which one next.
And if you have any suggestions, drop them in the comments. We
Hmm.
will we're trying to keep going and reading different things, so we'll
Hmm.
add them to the list.
Yep.
So Oslin had way more for the Year of Yes. She had 33%
Okay.
that wanted that which is honestly that would have been my next favorite one.
Hmm.
Um None for Don't Believe Everything You Think. There were zero votes for that. I guess people want to believe everything they think.
Right.
The Body Keep Score got 17% on your poll,
Hmm.
but the undisputed winner at 50%
All
is
right.
Subtle Art of Not Giving AF. So
Okay.
that will be our next book. So if
Awesome.
you guys want to join into our next book club start, that is the book we will be reading. Get your book,
Yep.
read along. But man, that I think it's the title. I'm gonna tell y'all,
Yeah.
I think that title just draws people in
Right.
because it has been working on me for quite a while. I've been looking at that book like I
Yes.
need to read that book. I need.
Yeah. It's one of those for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's one I want to read.
So we are going to delve into that next. So get your book, start reading. I don't know how many chapters are in that. So me and Oslin will
Mm-hmm.
look at it, see how many chapters are in it, and that way we'll know how we're going to line up
Yeah.
each week and look for our post to let you know what we're going to be doing
Mm-hmm.
so that you know what to read.
Right. Yep.
So, Oslin, if we're getting this book now, do you want to take a break week so that we have time to read?
Um. No.
Or do you just want to go into it?
Because
We'll
it'll
just do
like
whatever
if
chapter
you
it says we
if you
finish.
go to the bookstore, you have it immediately. If you order
Yeah.
on Amazon, you have it in 2 days. So I think we can keep our flow.
Okay. Nice. All right. So that's what we'll do. So next week, that's what you can look
We
forward to.
rolling
We're
right
going to
on
start this book.
in.
We're going
We
to roll
rolling
right
right
on
on
in.
in.
Oh my goodness, Oslin. We were
What?
just brainstorming this whole thing and we have gotten through a whole book.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. That's why I'm so happy. I'm like, this is awesome. And it's so
I love
easy.
it though.
You
I
know, we
love
have
hearing
the
your
most awesome
thoughts.
people come and talk to us. Like Allison, she gave us a drum roll. Thank you,
She
Allison.
did. Thank you, Allison.
We had Kendi K, our first ever person on the screen with us. Shout out to Kendi K. Shout out to all the people that watch on the replay all the
Mm-hmm.
time. Thank y'all. This is really nice. Like, this is something I wouldn't ever stop for any reason. If I never made a
You
dime, I
know,
wouldn't. I wouldn't even stop.
people don't like to come up. They don't like to come up.
I think I think as we grow and continue, some people will.
Yeah.
People love to share their opinions.
Hmm.
And I love listening to people's opinions. Some of them,
Well, just
it's
know that if you're thinking about coming up, like, don't ever be like, we're not, this is not going to be a judgmental space. No, nothing like that. We want to hear your opinion on the book. So if you're reading along, especially,
mhm,
we want to know what you got out of it because it may be
mhm.
something completely different than what we
Right,
thought about. And hello,
right.
Slash. Hello. Thank you for coming through.
Hello, Stash Cash. Hey, so and then also T, when y'all come up, we can talk about whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be. It's just like when Kendi came on. I don't remember how we started, but we were just kind of talking about friendships. So it don't
Hmm.
necessarily have to be about what that person said. It's always going to linger into some conversation topic that we all can discuss and share our
Yep.
perspectives on, rooted from the book. So it really works out.
Yeah.
But honestly, even though subtle art has been on my list or on my mind as far as books, I don't really know anything about it. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know anything about it. I just know it's orange, and I know it has a punchy title. But I can't wait to read it and learn more about it.
I can't even remember the author. And it's been on my reading list for a while. It is Mark Manson.
Okay, Mark Manson.
And this book, I'll go ahead and read a little
Yeah, tell
shebang
us what
about
we
it.
getting
Huh.
into.
Let's find out, shall we? It's a self help book that argues against constant positivity,
Mm.
suggesting that true happiness comes from accepting life's struggles and choosing what to care about. Goes right in line with
Mhm, it does.
Britain,
Hmm.
rather than trying to avoid negativity. Because how many of us do that?
Right.
Manson uses blunt, humorous, and profane language. I'm digging it to challenge conventional self-help,
Nice.
advocating for embracing limitations, taking responsibility, and focusing on what truly matters to live a more grounded and meaningful life. I can dig
Mm,
this. This
I
sounds
like
like
it.
it's a,
Hmm.
yeah, blunt
What else?
and humorous. I like it.
Yeah. Nice. Mark Manson.
Hmm. So this probably can be a lot more relatable too for guys.
Hmm.
I think this style of book is going to be more relatable to the men that tune
Hmm.
in.
Yeah.
They can kind of like, it's
Hmm.
not so self helpy.
Yes, not so like
Mm-hmm.
deep into the. Well, I don't want to say nothing stereotypical. Like
Right.
I was gonna say, not so much deep into emotion, but that's a
Mm-hmm.
little stereotypical. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's straight up.
Yeah. Very blunt. So I think this will be good.
Yeah, I really do like that. Um, I feel like that's truly one of my specialties, and I'm excited to read that book.
What's your specialty? Not giving a F?
Yes. Oh my gosh. When I tell you I'm the unbothered queen, I like literally do not care. I do not care. Now, that's the truth. But I'll tell you how it started real quick. When I was
Okay.
younger, and of course it's balanced. I'm balanced in all things. But for the most part, you can't phase me. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, um, my I remember being in high school. My little sister is 18 months younger than me. So we're close in age, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I'm taller than her, so I think people might think sometimes think I'm like way older. Now we're just 18 months apart. One day I was stressing about something, like highly stressing about it, and asking my sister for advice. And she said, my name was Nana. She said, Nana, you know what the problem is? You care too much. And something like a light bulb switched in my
Mm.
brain from that day forward. And I have cared less and less and less. You know what I mean? And I'm really just like to the point where my life is so peaceful. I'm not ever in drama. I'm the type of person like, even if I'm never in drama, even if somebody came to me with drama about me, about what somebody said to me about me, I don't care. That's how I stay in my lane. That's how I stay who I am. Like, I just don't care.
See, I have to get like you because I'll care. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I'll care. I care too much
Hmm.
sometimes.
Hmm.
But the one thing I can master is the let them part,
Hmm.
where they completely detach and you look
Oh, yeah.
around, there's nobody around. I could do that
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I would
yeah.
let them just be
Right.
on their own without even. So that's not good either, though. I
Yeah.
need to care less.
Hmm.
There needs to be a balance. That's what I'll
Hmm.
say. There needs to be a
There
balance.
needs
I
to be
need
a
to not.
balance.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. And
balance.
honestly, I said that statement and I said it the way I said it because it is true. But oddly, as I get older, I feel myself getting softer. Like I feel like because I'm telling you, like there was a period I literally do not care. Like it's like you, if you know me, you knew I did not care. Don't come to me with that. Don't play with me. But as I get older, I'm just kind of like,
That's
crap.
actually really funny, though.
You know what I mean? Like crap. I do kind of care a little bit. you know?
Somebody that unbothered though is actually kind of funny. It's
Yeah.
actually.
No, I really am though. And I feel like that's the reason why I'm just able to be at peace. Because people
Hmm.
will try you. And I don't know what he's gonna be talking about. I'm just talking about my own personal life. And what I'm really saying too is when I say I don't care is usually when it comes to drama or what people said about me or
Yeah,
what they, like that type of stuff. I just, what you wasting your breath, you know? But I don't know
I
what he's
get
going
it.
to be talking about. I don't know what he's going to be. I'm interested. So,
I hope he's talking about everything because I am so
yeah,
I am very peaked. My interest is peaked
mine too.
by this.
And you know what else is interesting? I know we're coming up on our hour. Courtney. Shout out to World of Courtney Michelle. Is
Shout
that
out to
her name?
Courtney
Yeah. Is it? Oh no, it's the real. She changed it. She's like in a rebrand, but she's doing
Court
great.
Court. Hmm.
So okay, we just finished the Let Them Theory last week. T. I got some life updates, but last week I actually joined another book club through this affiliate marketing group that I guess I started with. It's all
Hmm.
happened very fast, but they are reading James Clear Atomic Habits. Yeah,
Ooh.
and they meet every morning. Actually, they meet every morning for an hour. It's the same
Hmm.
hour that I typically go to the gym, so it just works out really well.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, this has only been the last couple of days, but anyway, So I was telling Courtney, she read Atomic Habits earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
And so she read, basically what I'm trying to say is she read Atomic Habits and Subtle Art. And her next up book is this. And
Oh man, we're
I'm
in
like, we
reverse.
flipped though. I'm like, because I'm reading Atomic Habits with the new book club, and now we're gonna be reading the Subtle Art. So it's
Hmm.
like we flipped our books. Very unintentionally.
But it's nice. So it's nice that you have somebody else too that you can bounce stuff off of,
Exactly, yeah.
like things you're encountering as you read the book. Like I just love different views. I love to hear what somebody else got out of something.
Hmm. Absolutely. It's a great form of communication.
Hmm. And understanding.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
And T, I know you're talking
Yes.
about, because I know you got to go too, but I know you're talking about, writing, and you've
Hmm.
been a reader. You've been reading. Do you
Hmm.
find do you find that has a effect on how you write?
What,
Or is-
reading books?
yeah.
It can. It
Hmm.
can. What I find most with reading though is it just gives me a clarity of the mind.
Hmm.
It helps me to write clearer. Like it
Yeah.
seems like it clears all the clutter out of my head. Like that's why
Hmm.
I like to read, because it just kind of streamlines my
Yeah.
thoughts,
I don't know
you
if it's a
know.
coincidence, but I feel like since I've been reading more, I've been writing more.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it has an effect on the style, but that's for me. It's had an effect on how often. Like it's just
Yeah.
kind of like easier to journal and easier to like just kind of flow with words and what I'm saying and just putting my
Mhm.
thoughts out, getting my thoughts out. It seems like it's been easier, which is
That's
awesome.
probably what I mean about it
Yeah,
though.
I
It
think we
gives you
did just say
more
the same
clarity of
thing.
the mind to to
Yeah,
to get those things out. Yep.
that's pretty cool.
It is. It's good for you. Reading is
Hmm.
fundamental.
It is like what?
Honestly though, reading has a lot of different benefits aside from, just the enjoyment of reading. It does
Mhm.
it does help to keep your brain sharp, and it
Right.
helps you to release, like it's a good mental release.
Hmm.
It's a lot of good psychological benefits from reading. So it
Yeah.
really is a good thing. Like for me, it has been an amazing
Mhm.
thing. I love to
Yeah.
read.
And it's funny too because I actually have this book that I'm reading. I know I'm not going to be doing too much, right? I have some the
Hmm.
pages and perspectives. I did just join another book club, but that one's also very effortless. And I also have a book that I'll be reading just for me, right? The
Hmm.
one that I had that I started on was Psycho-Cybernetics, which I want to do a book review on. But you know what's been holding me up with that?
What's that?
I found a good show to binge. Logan put me onto a good show. And so the time that I would have to like be doing that third book, I've been watching.
Now you want to watch the show?
Yeah, and so honestly, it's so crazy because the show is 6 seasons long, but we committed together to watching it. Even though he saw it before. And he's like trying to take his time with it. And I'm like, Logan, the whole purpose of a binge is to literally watch it until you are
Binge.
so sick and tired of it. Like that's part of it. He's like, I need a break. I'm like, you don't take a break when you binge watch
Mm-mm.
something.
You
So we
go,
just
go,
made it to
go, go,
like
go.
season 5, and then we have season 6, and it's like I really at this point can't wait for the show to be over so I can do other stuff because I'm locked in. Like I want to watch it. It's so good. That's the one I told you about. I recommended to you. This is Us.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a good show.
And I haven't watched it yet at all. I
Yeah,
haven't
you
even
say
had
you say if I
time.
find time.
Man. Man. The people are trying to kill me. They're out to kill me, Oswald.
Oh no, please. Oh, but you got a 4-day weekend, which was awesome.
I do. I'm so happy about that. I'm going to take more and more of those, though. I'm just going to take more
Good.
time off.
Hmm.
It's very enjoyable. I'm like, I
Yeah,
forgot how enjoyable this is, just to
I
take
love that.
time off. So yeah, so eh, just stay tuned. You'll see me
Yeah,
taking a lot more time off.
awesome, awesome. Well, this was
Definitely.
another great hour
It
spent on
was
a Sunday.
always.
Thank you to every everybody that stopped by. everybody on the replay. Thank y'all so much. Like, I'm not just saying that. I really mean that. Thank you.
We really mean that
Yeah, we mean that.
sincerely because you are taking time out of your day to
Mm.
watch us talk
Yeah.
about some books.
Yeah.
So, no,
um
we appreciate y'all.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have anything else.
I don't either, Oslin, but I appreciate you. I do want to say that
hmm
how
I
much I
appreciate you
appreciate
too.
you.
This has been so much fun. So I'm going
It
to go order
has.
my book right now. I'm gonna go
Me
get
too.
off. I'm gonna go order my book. And I might even see if there's an audiobook on YouTube. It might be a free audiobook. So
There
I'll see.
is. There
There
is because
is.
I started listening to it at one point in time. There is.
Okay. Well, see, look at
Yeah.
that. Hey, y'all, free audiobook. I'll find it and I'll link it under this.
Yes.
Like Kenny say, do a pinned comment. I'll
Mm-hmm.
find it and I'll pin it for
Yep.
y'all. Let me
But
see.
yes, Allison said for real. What did she say? I totally missed what was said. Oh, she was talking. I think she missed a portion of what we were talking about. She was trying to figure out what we
Oh.
said. But yeah, so next book, The Subtle
hmm
Art of Not Giving. I'm just going to say
Yeah.
AF.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. This is going to
Stay
be
tuned,
good.
everybody. Thank y'all for
And
tuning
have a
in.
great week. Have a
All
great week.
right. Bye, T.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye.